Good morning, students. I am teaching social study of 8th standard. I already began the lesson geographical features of India and prehistoric India. In that first part, I already taught you what is the geographical division of India. So we can divide India into four parts: Himalayan mountains, which is in the north. Then comes Indo-Gangetic plain in the north. It is very fertile land. Then Deccan plateau. It is the largest physical division in India. Then coastal region in south. Along with it, I also told you about India consists of even desert area, okay, Thar desert, and even islands we are having. That is Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. So India is lucky to have almost all types of land features. We are having mountains, plain areas, coastal areas, very cold and very hot areas. So India is a peninsula, isn't it? Peninsular country. About this, in my previous video, I told you. Today I am going to teach you about the prehistoric period in India. Okay, so let me continue. The next part, that is prehistory period of India. Okay, so students, let me start the next part, that is prehistoric period. The period before the discovery of the art of writing is called the prehistoric age. Here, when man started speaking, initially it was only in the spoken form. It was not, there was no script to it. Therefore, when man came into existence, initially he did not know the language. Perhaps he used his body language to communicate with others. But slowly, after some days, he might have developed language. But when language came into existence as a means of communication, it was only in the spoken form. Script developed later. Okay, why language we require? To communicate our ideas, our thoughts, or our feelings with others. Okay, so therefore we can say that most of the languages, they are in spoken form. It is said that 95% of languages are in spoken form. Only 5% of languages in the world developed a script. So spoken form is more important than script form, okay, writing form, because writing came later. Okay, writing represents the spoken words. Okay, so therefore, here the period before the discovery of the art of writing is called prehistory. The word prehistory means before. For example, precaution. If you use the word precaution, caution before. Okay, taking caution before. That is called precaution. Like that, prehistory means the history before the art of writing is called prehistory. So then we don't get any written records for the study of history of this period. See here, we don't get any written records with regarding this period. For example, see here, sometimes we come to know the history through some written elements. For example, if you want to know about Mauryas, what they have done, we can get written record of Chanakya. Chanakya wrote Arthashastra, and he explained about the administration of Mauryas in that book. That is a written record. But we don't get written record with regarding the prehistoric age, then uh, then how we can come to know about the people and their life in the prehistoric age? How we can come to know? So here, okay, archaeologists helps us. Archaeologist means the people who study the life of a prehistoric people by taking the evidences of what tools they have used or what material they have used in their life. Okay, so here archaeology have discovered few tools created and used by these people. Okay, initially man was a food gatherer. Okay, he was a nomad. He was roaming from one place to another place in order to gather food. But slowly he learned the art of hunting. Okay, hunting was the first profession of we human beings. Okay, so in order to hunt, okay, he discovered or created some few tools, okay, made of stones, wood, and bones. See, a man was more intelligent as compared to other animals, and his hand was very strong, and out of his hand he used to create some tools. Okay, so he started making some tools out of stone, wood, and bones. So he made some tools out of stone tools, like to peel the skin and separate the flesh and bones of animal. Peel means what? To remove the skin. And to scrap the bark of tree means, scrap means to sharpen the bark of tree, and to cut fruits and roots. Okay, he created some tools like spears and arrows to hunt animals, and even out of stones only he created axes to chop down trees and cut them into logs to build huts for themselves, and even to make handles for their weapons. So what we can understand that we can come to know about the man's life by the tools used by the prehistoric man. See here, he created some tools for to hunt animals. He made tools out of stone, wood, and bones. Okay, where did the prehistoric man live? See here, where he lived. He means he requires tools. Okay, therefore he generally used to live near the river side where the more stones are available. Okay, where the more stones are, okay, and those in those places we are able to see that the relics of the prehistoric man. What is relics? Monuments or the old ruins. The relics of the hunting and food gathering humans are available near the seaside. For example, in India, in places like Bembetka, then Hunasgi, and in Kurnool, there are some sites, they are very near to the river side or lake side. Since stone tools were essential for the survival of the people of that age, they have chosen abundant with the places which are abundant with stone to fulfill their needs. Here they wanted to make tools out of the stone, therefore they were staying near the banks where the more stone is available, and areas where people used to create various tools have been thought to be their first industrial sites of human beings. Here that was the first industrial site. Here man is a tool making animal. Okay, so in this way he developed industries. Okay, those sites are called as industrial sites. So how we can come to know? in these places like Kurnool, Bhimbetka, people might have rejected some rocks as unusual for their tools. Heaps of broken rock or stone chips obtained during the creation of implements are abound in such areas. We are able to see some unsuitable rocks were thrown here and there in those sites. It shows that in the prehistorical time, in those places, people were used to make stone tools. I hope you understood this. So, let me tell you once again what I told you. Okay, if you are not able to understand what I said so far, it is in simple language. Here, before the invention of art of writing, man was also living, but we are not getting any written evidences with regarding of that period. That period is called prehistoric period. So man was initially a hunter and food gatherer. When he started hunting, he was hunting by making the tools out of stone, wood or bones. He was collecting bones, and bones was also very useful to make the tools for hunting. So we are able to, wherever there are more stones are available near the river side, he made it as a tool creating sites, and he created tools out of stones and in this way, by hunting, man was leading his life during the prehistoric time. And secondly, during this period, even we are able to see the signs of ashes have been obtained in the caves of Kurnool. I gave the example of Kurnool. Is a place, is one of the one of the site where the prehistoric man lived in a cave. In cave, the ashes are available belonging to that prehistoric time. It shows that they know the knowledge of fire. It revealed that they used fire during Stone Age. Probably fire was used for various purposes, to cook food or light and frighten animals. Fire was the greatest invention, discovery in the life of human beings. It helped him to cook the food. Today we cannot imagine our food without cooking, and even to light during night time it is required. And even it was man was roaming from one place to another place, and he was especially roaming in forest areas, and there were so many wild animals, and man came to know that if he got fire, then he can avoid the wild animals. Therefore he was lighting something, he was making fire and make the wild animals to remain away from him. Thus knowledge of fire helped the prehistoric man. Then at that time I told you the people did not know to write. Then if they want to communicate with others, how they were communicating? By drawing the pictures in caves, perhaps they have communicated with each other. We get to see some drawings in many caves in which people lived in the Stone Age. Prehistoric age is called as Stone Age because it is during this age mainly stone tools were used. Tools were made out of stone. Therefore, they did not know the iron or steel or aluminium. They only knew stone, then wood and bones. Okay, out of that only they were making the tools. We get some drawings. Okay, uh, in many caves in which people lived in the Stone Age. Here you come to know now that why Stone Age, that prehistoric period is called as Stone Age, because stone weapons were weapons or tools were made out of stone. Even today we can see these drawings done on the walls of caves and on rocks, especially in the caves of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and in Karnataka. Okay, we are able to see the drawings of this prehistoric man in some caves. There are beautiful drawings of wild animals and hunting. Okay, prehistoric man involved in hunting of animals. Okay, and he had drawn some important drawing on the wall. Then drawing was helping the prehistoric man to communicate. For example, if suppose a father is there, he wants to pass the knowledge of how to hunt the animals to his son, then how he was passing? There was no language. He was drawing the picture of hunting and he was communicating to his son that he should hunt like this. Okay, while hunting he must use this type of what type of weapon, all those things he was drawing and communicating. In this way he was passing his knowledge to his to the next generation. So drawing was a means of communication during Stone Age. I hope you understood this. This is enough today, and let me tell you the other part in the next video. Thank you.